Hello. So now that you have completed all the steps described in the first video tutorial, you are able to control your wheel with this command box. So when you click on green, it comes green, red, stop, some effect. So you can play as long as you want with a predefined pattern. And the next step is to create your own pattern and to sequence them one after each other. So first we're going to modify the color of any predefined pattern in this button. So for example, switch your wheel on to green. And then you have to open the view window, channel view window, which is all the dynamic channel controlled by your software. As you can see, for the wheel, we use the 10 first channels. You see there's a channel named mode, which defines which kind of pattern you're going to send to your wheel. The channel dimmer, which defines the intensity of your wheel. Then the channel 3 to 4 to 5 defines the first color of your pattern. You create the color by adding the component green, red, and blue. So if you want to change them, for now we have only blue to full and nothing in red and in blue. So the light is green. If I want to have my wheel red, for example, I'm going to put 0 to the green component and the maximum to the red, which is 255. To do so, I have several possibilities. Or I double click on the channel and this window opens. And I set manually the value from 0 to 255. Or I select my channel by clicking on this one, on the channel. And then you use the slider on the left side of the window and check at the wheel on the side. You can adapt the intensity of the component. So I see the number changing when I slide it. And the third option is to use the wheel of your mouse, like to scroll. So what I said before is I want to pass from green to red on my wheel. So I put the green component to 0, double click on the component, click 0, and then I select the channel for the red, the number 4, and I put it to full and check at the wheel on the right side of the image. It goes to full. If you want to create a yellow color, yellow is the addition of red and green. So keep the red to full and put the green to full too, and you have a yellow wheel. Channel 6 defines the speed. In some pattern we're going to see after, there is a speed parameter and you can adapt it, same thing. In our case now, we are in mode 1, which allow you to light the entire wheel in one color or to use a strobe function. So if there is nothing, it's 0, the speed is set to 0, it's a plain color. If you set it to a different value, it's gonna blink. So let's try 50. So do it slowly again. I select the speed channel 6, double click on it, put value I want, 60, and check the wheel. The wheel is strobing. Okay, so it's kind of hard for the eye. So gonna go back to 0, and let's try it. Now channel 7 to 9 are the component of the second color of the pattern. For some pattern we're going to see later, there are 2 colors. So you choose the second one with channel 7 to 9. And also other patterns have a tail parameter, which is channel 10. Now we're going to try to send a more complex pattern to the wheel than just light it on. So for this, you have to open the PDF tutorial document we provide you. In my case, it is here. And go to the DMX mode table. Here you can see the 10 channel we speak just about now. Channel 1 for the mode, channel 2 for depends of the mode, but for the dimmer mainly. Channel 3 to 5 for the first color. Channel 6 for the speed or the strobe for the one we tried before. Channel 7 to 9 for the second color, and channel 10 is for the tail parameter. As you can see, mode 0, mode 2 and mode 3 are used to do to light the wheel LED by LED, which require skills of video mapping. We can speak about it later, but for now we're going to use the predefined pattern, which is number 1, which is currently running on my wheel number 1, so the wheel is light on constantly. And if we want to try another pattern, we go back to the table. Let's say I'm going to try Ballade mode 9, okay? So we go back to our channel view, and channel 1, double click and assign mode 9. So check out the wheel, and now you have a yellow point running back and forth on your wheel. And it's only yellow and the rest of the wheel is dark. Why this? Because if you check on your table, mode 9, you can see that you have channel 3 to 5 define the first color, and channel 7 to 9 define the B color, second color. So in our window now, channel 7 to 9 are set to 0, so the second color is black. If you want the second color to be red, we double click on the channel 8, red B, set it to the full, maximum 255, and on. And now, it's quite hard on the camera, but we have a yellow point running on a red background. Let's put it blue, it's going to be more contrast. So I add the blue, and I remove the red component, and now we have a yellow point running on blue background. So that's how you customize your pattern. Now we want to record our Ballade yellow and blue effect. So you keep the dynamic channel defined for the effect you want. And now you click on the Cue List button here, the two small face. Click on the Cue List button, and this window gonna open. Here you can see all the effect already recorded in the project we send you. And what you want to do is to add a new one. So it's important to have your DMX channel in the value you wish to record. So that's done. You open the cue list and you click on the plus add scene. In this menu you choose simple cue active output. That means that you're gonna record what is currently set on your DMX channel. You have the save cue window which open. Click on this plus here to be sure that all your channels, all your 10 channels will be recorded. You see here the three of them are not checked because they are set to 0 currently, but you have to check them, otherwise it's gonna create troubles when you pass from one effect to another. So anyway, what you have to do is double click on this checkbox so you check all the 10 channels. Don't forget. And now you can give the name that you want on the cue, which is gonna be I'm used to put the number of the effect. You see here, 1. It's refer to the table we checked before, to this table. So, for example, we put the number 9 ballad. So I suggest you to call it like this, so you know which effect you choose. Like, let's say, number 9 ballad, and it's yellow and blue. You can give whatever name you want, but I think it's helpful to have the parameters and the names when you want to use it later. So check all the channels, give the name you want, click OK. There is a running window, no problem, click OK. So now you have your new queue added to your queue list. Now that we know how to customize a pattern and to recode a new queue in the queue list, we're gonna learn how to use them, because in your act, for example, you don't want to just use one effect for the whole 5 minutes of your act. You want to sequence them one after each other. So to do it, after creating all the queue you need in your act, for example, we're gonna click on the chaser, what's the name already? On the chaser button, anyway, on the lightning icon. And it opens chaser tool. So pretty simple. Click on plus to add a chase, a new chase. Give a name to this chase. Like a new act. Oh, my new act. Okay, that's the name of this chase. And we're gonna add queue in this chase. So select your chase, click add step, and use the queue you have recorded before, so from library. So the select queue from library open, and you find all the queue we already provide you, and the one you just add, which is 9 ballad yellow blue. So let's start. Choose let's say we want to start our act with red. The real light on red. So choose 0 pixel red. Click OK. And now when you click on my new act, you have the first step, which is pixel red. For the beginning of my act, I want to fade in for 3 seconds. So click on fading time, 3 seconds. And I want the effect, the red color, to be kept for like 4 seconds, or 2 seconds to have it faster. 2 seconds. Okay. That's my first step. After that, I want my wheel to become blue for 5 seconds. So I add another step from library, select blue, 0 pixel blue, OK. And I want no fade-in time for this one, and I want it to be on for 3 seconds. And next step, I want it strobe. So I take strobe blue, select strobe blue, and then define the duration of the 1 pixel strobe blue, click on it, and go to 5 seconds of strobe. And the last step is gonna be green. From library, pixel green, OK, pixel green for 2 seconds, and that's the end. So my new act is made of 4 cubes, and just before running it, click on the top level, so my new act, and if you want to run it only once, uncheck repeat button, and whatever the play mode is, set it to normal. And now let's try it. Click on my new act and run. In the same time, you're gonna see the wheel and you're gonna see the DMX channel changing. So let's play it. You see the fade in of the dimmer and the red is on. Now I switch to blue. The blue A is on. It's strobe. There is a parameter 13 speed that added, and goes to green. Goes to green. So that was the first run of our new act. Great job. Now that we have created a sequence that can be used for our act or part of our act, let's see how we create a user interface a little bit more friendly than this window. So click on the A key button, and what's gonna open is the command box that you already play with, and that recreate for you. But you can customize it and adapt it. You can create as many buttons as you want, and you can define what is the effect of each button. A button can either activate a single cue, or run, stop, pause, whatever, chaser. So let's see how it works. I'm going to scroll down to have new buttons. And in the command box, to define your own button, check the programming mode. So now the buttons are not active for the wheel, but they are ready for programmation. So I select this button while program mode is checked. This button name is gonna be a new button. I can customize the color. It's gonna be, let's say, green. Okay. You can customize the icon. I don't really see the interest, but if you want to add a BMP, DIB, GIF, or JPEG file to customize the visual appearance of your button, you can try. And now in the module, what do you want your button to do? If I wanted to activate a cue that an effect that I already previously record, I click on Cue Library, and here appears all the effects we have. The one we create together in this tutorial is a 9 ballad yellow blue, if I remember right. This one, the last one, 9 ballad yellow blue. I select it, and I want this button to execute this cue. So I've set the name, the color, where I take the command from, Cue Library, the action, the cue I want to select, and execute it. So uncheck programming mode, and now you are in executive mode. And when I click on it, I run my cue. We'll use this command box to run chaser, not only one cue, but a sequence. Really simple, same thing. Check the programming mode, click on the button you want to configure. Button name is my new act go. The color is red, why not? The module, it comes from the chaser that we programmed before. And I look for the chaser I've created, which name is my new act. And what do I want to do with this button? I want to start my new act, so I click start. And to test it, I uncheck the programming mode and start it. Click. fade in red, blue, and strobe, if I remember right, and green. You can also define plenty of other functions. So let's say if this button starts my act, I want another button to interrupt the chaser. So check the programming mode, select the button you want to program. I'm gonna call it my new act stop. Icon is orange. I'm gonna take the functionality from the chaser. The chaser, I just create my new act, and I want this button to stop my new act. So to test it now, I uncheck the programming mode, and of course nothing happened because my new act is not running. So first I start my new act, and then before it ends, I click on the my new act stop and interrupt. I can start again, stop, or use the other button. This command box is really important because it's gonna be your interface while you are performing. I don't know what you choose, but it can be a technician who runs your show. So your act could either be recorded all the act in one single chaser, or your act can have as many cues as you want during your act, and the technician gonna run chase by chase or cue by cue. That's your choice. So it was the basics of the DMX control software. Of course, as in many evaluated software, there are many other options that you can explore, but at least with this small tutorial, you can run your act from A to Z and have fun, I hope.